Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about fill and stroke. Alright, so I'm just going to continue where I left off with these letters and how I've left them. Now, the colour system in Illustrator is very different to Photoshop. In Photoshop, we've simply got our two colour wells where we click and then we get the HSB colour picker, where you can see HSB there, hue, saturation, brightness, so that's hue, saturation and brightness value. That's how you are used to colour picking in Photoshop. You get the option to hold two in your colour wells at any one time. We do have the swatches, but they're tucked away. In Illustrator though, when you, so let's say for instance, I'm going to click on this item here. It's grouped at the moment, so any fill I give it, it will apply to all. Any stroke I give it will apply to all. So when we drop the colour list down, this is a default colour list, kind of full of primaries in here, what Illustrator just kind of uses as default. So we've got 100% red there, 100% yellow, green, etc. These do relate to the Pantone and colour charts for print, but these are the standard ones. And what I don't want you to do is get bogged down with just those. I want to have a look at how to add more of our own colours. So first of all, I'm just going to add a fill and a stroke. So let's get something contrasting and awful. Green and brown, terrible. But you'll be able to see it. So you can see there, we've got the green outline and the brown interior. What we can do now, if you want to pick a custom colour, so we'll come here to the, it looks a lot like Photoshop. We've got what looks like the two colour wells here, foreground, background, but in Illustrator it's fill and stroke. Right, so I can double click that fill and then I'll get the HSB picker out. Right, you can see it's not taking effect when I'm zooming around the HSB colour picker. What you've got to do is OK it. Right, so I'll just pick something. Here we go. OK that, and then it applies. You can see it takes effect here and up in the top as well. But what it doesn't do, it doesn't add it to any list. I can't then come back to it. Yeah, that can get complicated if you're using multicolours and you're not saving them in swatches, etc. So again, back to Photoshop. If you remember these two colours, you can flick back and forth through them. So I can use the pink here and flick over and use the blue. So that's what happens in Photoshop, that's what you'll be used to. But in Illustrator, if I switch them, actually the fill and stroke, they kind of switch over. So now I've got the blue stroke and the green fill, and I can flick them back. Yeah, so it's working quite differently. So how I like to use colours is I go to my fill menu. I'll just highlight something here. Go to my fill menu and go to the rollout menu, and here we've got literally got hundreds and hundreds of different colour palettes ready to be used. So you can see I've got the Impressionism palette up already, but you can just simply click on them. Click there, the ancient one, it comes up here and you'll get this rollout menu, and so you can flick through and it's changing the fill and it's reflecting on that fill. If you want to go to the next one, have a look at the next one. I click the next button and then we've got the Baroque, so I can go around those. So these are all predefined colour lists, and you'll notice that it's, it shares similar visual properties to Kuler.com, if you've been at Kuler.com, which is the colour creation or colour profile creation tool. So this always sticks with, say, if I'm doing a corporate identity and I'm using a certain array of colours, say these ones here, the orange, the blues and the red here, you just simply stick with those colours there. But there are many, so it's kind of rare that you need to come in here and look at a custom colour, unless of course again it's coming from Photoshop where you need to type in the right HSB or RGB or CMYK values. That is how we change and manipulate colour.